Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our 10th class of this advanced English course. Please confirm if you can hear me. Can you hear me?
Hello, teacher.
Hi. Welcome back, Jennifer. Welcome back.
Good evening.
Hi, Saoni. Welcome back, Joanne, too. Okay, girls. So tonight we're going to review our exercises about will and going to. And we're also going to review our exercises using the models of necessity: must, should, ought to, better, had better, have to, need to. Okay, so before we begin this class, um, I'm going to share my screen now so you can see the last part of the phrasal verbs review. So this is the last week of reviews. Okay, with this last review, we officially finish all the reviews of the whole course because this is the last part. So let me share my screen. Last week, right? Last week, we studied these phrasal verbs, right? And for this week, we're going to study the last part of the phrasal verbs. Here we have trabajo y estudio, call off, put off, find out, bring up, come up with, fill in, fill out, hand in, look into. Y situaciones generales y resolución de problemas, carry on, give up, run out of, figure out, get over, turn out. Figure out. I use this one a lot, and this one too, run out of. Run out of. Okay, so remember, the idea of this is to get acquainted, familiar with the phrasal verbs, and you can use them in your everyday English conversation. You have to make the effort of adding them every time you speak. Otherwise, you won't use them. You will know the meaning, but you will never use them. Okay? So it's the same system as before. You have to study the meaning of the phrasal verbs in Spanish, and then you in the practice on the platform, you will have to, after you define the meaning in Spanish, you will have to use them in a given context. For me, that's the most important part because it's where you can see the phrasal verb in action. With that being said, remember that we are almost at the end of this course. We only have 3 more classes left, and we're going to see 2 more topics, and that will be all. Okay, so let's make the most out of the time we have left and to keep it up, Okay, so let's start with the first one. Hit the road. Vacation plans. Which words or phrases often go with which verbs, right? Complete the chart. Use each word or phrase only once. Okay, so let's start with the first one. Here we have take. Take long walks. What else? This is vacation plans vocabulary. What other activities we can use with the verb take, or we do with the verb take? Someone did the homework? Anyone?
Esa no estaba en la foto que te mandó, teacher.
It wasn't? Oh, my mistake. Okay, so I will help you either way. We have here the verb take. Let me go back. We have here the verb take. We can also say take sailing lessons, and we can say take a vacation. Okay, we can pair the verb take with these actions. In the case of the verb to do, we have do camping, do something exciting, right? Do something exciting. Do some fishing. Do a lot of hiking, right? And okay, that's it. 1, 2. Okay, yeah. Then we have go. Tell me, Jennifer.
The verb to go camping on vacation is swimming.
Swimming. Yeah, there's a mistake here. Thank you,
Swim.
Jennifer. Yes, go swimming. You are right. There's a mistake here. I said do camping. This is wrong, okay? That was my mistake. It's go camping, okay? Go camping, okay? Do something exciting,
Go.
do a lot of hiking, and do some fishing. But go is, as Jennifer said, go camping, go on vacation, and go swimming, okay? Now it makes sense. Something felt off. Okay, let's continue with rent, the last one. Tell me, Johnny.
Rent a condominium, rent a car, and rent a camper.
Okay, condominium, a camper, and a car. Okay, nice. Let's continue. Okay, so we discussed in our last class the difference between will and going to. Joanny, at the end of the class, please text me in private so I can send you a video that you need to see before our next class. Because yesterday we discussed this in the academy classes too. We discussed this exact topic. And we
The difference about will and going to.
Yes, this was yesterday's topic. The difference between will and going to, but it was broader. I mean, it was longer.
But yesterday.
Yeah, in the academy classes.
Okay, on Monday.
Yeah, yesterday's class. Yeah, on Monday.
Okay.
We discussed this topic, but it was longer. We use a broader perspective, and we include more uses of will than the ones that we have here in this class tonight. Okay, so let's see the exercises. Okay, so the first one, complete the conversation with appropriate forms of be going to or will. Then compare with a partner. Okay, so this is actually pretty easy to do because it is the same structure over and over again. Okay, so let's see Saoni. Saoni, you're going to start. Let me see. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 6, 4. Right, 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay, so I'm going to give you until here.
March in the beach. Okay.
Until south.
Okay. So, okay. Have you met? Solo digo. Solo completo.
Yeah, entirely. Yeah, so you can practice.
Okay. Have you made any vacation plans? Well, I've decided on one thing. I'm going to take a bike tour. Letter A. That's great. For how long? I'm going to be away for about a week. I need to take some time off. So when are you leaving? I'm not sure. I'll probably leave around the end of next month. And where are you going to go? I haven't thought about that yet. I guess I'll go down south.
Well done, Saoni. Well done, especially the contractions of will. You decided to take the harder road, and that's good. Congrats. You use I'll instead of I will, which is harder. Very, very good job. That was well done. Okay, let's
Thank you.
continue. Let's continue. From here to letter B. Jennifer.
Okay. Okay. That sounds like fun. Are you going to buy a new bicycle?
Bicycle, yes.
I am. I am not. Actually, I probably will buy one. I don't have enough money right now. I guess I will rent one. Okay. Are you going to go with anyone? Not. I need some time alone. I am going to travel by myself.
Well
Myself.
done. Myself.
Teacher.
Yeah, myself. Yes. Well done, Jennifer.
So,
All the structures that you use were correct. Okay, let's continue with B. As I told you, it's pretty simple. And I see that you understood the gist of it. Okay, so let's continue with number 2 here. Okay, Saoni again. You're going to read until Saturday, Saoni.
okay. What are your plans for the holiday weekend? I'm going to visit my parents. What are you going to do there? Nothing much. I'm going to hang out with some old school friends. And we'll probably have a barbecue on Sunday.
Okay, continue here until Saturday.
Okay. The song live on. When are you going to leave? Continue está donde ya pasó.
No, you read Sunday. This is Saturday, right
Okay,
here.
okay. The song live on. When are you going to leave? I'm not sure yet. Or probably leave on Friday night if I don't need to work on Saturday.
Okay, well done. Excellent. Excellent. Again, Saoni used the contraction form or the contracted form of will. Very good. So, Jennifer, you're going to start here until the end.
Okay. Are you going to fly there? I wish I could, but it's too expensive. I guess I will take the train. Are you going to go alone? Maybe my brother will go too. He hasn't designed yet.
Do you know when you are coming back? I think I will come back on Monday. Good. Then we can have dinner together on Monday.
Okay, well done, Jennifer. All the structures were good. Here, remember, this is dinner. Dinner.
Dinner, dinner.
Yeah, dinner. Diner is something else. Okay, let's continue.
Yes.
Okay, so here we have complete the conversation, use be going to or will, and the information on the notepads. So here we're going to use either going to or will, depending on the cues or clues that we can get from the notepads. As you can see, the notepad says things like yes and probably. So these are clues that we have right here that we can use to build our sentence because we have to choose between going to or will. How do we know which one to use? Based on the clues. Okay, so let's see. So, Elena, let me look for my notes real quick. Just 1 second. Okay, so Elena, do you have any vacation plans? Well, I'm going to paint my apartment because the walls are really ugly color. What about you? Scott, tell me, Saoni.
I'm going to rent a car and take a long drive.
Yes, I'm going to rent a car and take a long drive. As we can see, let me underline the option rent a car. We have here rent a car because it says yes. We know that Scott is sure, right? We know that Scott is sure that he planned this, and that's why we're using going to. Okay, so I'm going to rent a car and take a long drive. Where are you going to go? He says, I'm not sure. Jennifer, what is the answer here?
Scott teacher. I'm not sure. I will visit my sister Jenny. I haven't seen her in a long time.
Okay, I'm not sure. I'll probably visit my sister Jeannie, right? Or Jean, I think it's Jean. Okay, I haven't seen her in a long time. Okay, so here we can see I'm not sure. So when you're not sure about the future, we use this one, right? Probably, he's not sure, so we have to use will. So that sounds nice. I like to visit my family too. And Scott says, yes. And tell me, Saoni. Saoni, your microphone is off.
Okay. Disculpe.
It's okay.
Yes. And I'm going to go to the mountains for a few days. I haven't been hiking in months.
Yeah, hiking in months.
How about you? Are you going to the anything else on your vacation?
Okay, in this case, Saoni, we are not going to use going to because here we can see that the future action is a maybe. So because it's a maybe, Scott is not sure. So we have to use this structure, right? We have to use will in this case. Yes, and maybe I will.
Maybe.
Yes,
Okay.
maybe
I
I
maybe
will go to the mountains for a few days.
go to the mountains. Okay.
Every time you're not sure about the future, we use will. So yes, and maybe I'll go to the mountains for a few days. I haven't been hiking in months. How about you? Are you going to do anything else on your vacation? Here we have Elena's response. Jennifer.
Okay. I will cast put on my studying. I have a lot of work to do before school starts.
Could you please repeat this first part, Jennifer? Could you please repeat this first part?
I will catch put on my studying.
Studying. I will probably catch up with my studying.
Okay, story.
Okay.
Story.
So I will probably catch up. La expresión catch up, que es un phrasal verb, significa ponerse al día. Ponerse al día. We can use it to say, for example, after the course is over, and if I run into one of you 3 or 4 or 5 months later, I can ask and say, hey, why won't we meet in a place and catch up? ¿Sí? Porque no nos reunimos en un lugar y nos ponemos al día. Catch up. Okay? So that's the meaning of catch up. No es atrapar, sino ponerse al día. Okay? So Scott, catch up. Yes. Scott says, that doesn't sound like much fun. Elena says, oh, I am planning to have some fun too. Saoni, the last sentence.
I'm going to relax on the beach. I love to go surfing.
Okay, I'm going to relax on the beach. I'm going to go surfing. Okay, well done. Let's continue. Okay, so here we have, look at these answers, write questions using be going to. Okay, so the first one is, where are you going to go? I'm going to go someplace nice and quiet. Next one, the answer is, I'm going to drive. What would be the question? Tell me, Joanny.
What are you going to do?
What are you going to do? Okay, what are you going to do? Can you think of something else besides what are you going to do? The structure of the question is right, is good. But what about choosing another alternative, Joanny? Look at the first question, right? The first question says, where are you going to go? So if the second one is about driving, what do you think was the question?
I'm going to go. Ah. Are you going to? Are you going to take a train?
Close.
Or are you?
How? How are you going to travel?
How? Okay. How are you going to travel?
Yes, how? How are you going
Okay.
to travel? Because the first question says, where are you going to go? And he said, I'm going to go someplace nice and quiet. So the next question is, how are you going to travel? Oh,
Yes,
I'm going
that's
to
true.
drive. I'm going to drive.
Okay, that's true, teacher. Thank you.
Okay. So, Jennifer, number 3, the answer is, I'm going to stay in a condominium. My friends has one near the beach. Jennifer, your microphone is off. So if you are talking to us, we can't hear you.
Okay. Okay. Number three, teacher. A.
Yeah, number three.
Number three. Okay. Okay. Where are you going to stay? I'm going to stay in the condominium. My friend has one near the beach.
Well done. Where are you going to stay? And number four, Saoni. No, I'm going to travel by myself.
Are you going to travel with someone?
Okay.
No, I'm going to travel by by myself.
Yeah, by myself. By myself.
By myself. By myself.
Yes. Okay. Okay, so the question number four, are you going to travel with anyone? Or another another way of saying it is, are you going to travel alone? Are you going to travel alone? Okay.
Teacher.
Yes.
Could be. Who are you going to travel with?
In this case, it's not who, just because the answer starts with a no. So it means that the question was yes or no. If we ask, who are you going to travel with? The answer cannot start with no. Okay? For example, if we didn't have
Okay.
no, your question fits. And it's a good question. Who are you going to travel with? And the answer would have been like this: I'm going to travel by myself, without no. But because we have a
Okay.
negative response at the beginning of the answer, we have to think about a a about any structure that is yes or no. In this case, using going to is a question that starts with the verb to be. So, are you going to travel alone, or are you going to travel with anyone? Whichever you like from those questions can be used here, applies here. But in the case of no, because it starts with no, we cannot use who are you going to travel with. Nevertheless, who are you going to travel with is a good question. Okay, so here says use the cues to write other answers to the questions in part A. So with these cues, right? With these cues, we're going to answer the questions that we form right here, but using different responses. The first one is I'm not going to go to a busy place. The second one has maybe and take the train. Easy, right? Tell me, Saoni, number two.
Or maybe take the train.
The train. Maybe I'll take the train. Okay, maybe I'll take the train. Jennifer, number three.
I am not going to stay in a hotel.
I'm not going to stay in a hotel. Okay, and the last one, Joanny.
I think I will ask a friend.
Okay, I think I'll ask a friend. I think I'll ask a friend. Okay, well done. Let's continue. Wait a second, this is frozen. Oh. Respond. Okay, okay. Got stuck, right? Okay, so with that, we finish the will and going to structure. So now let's talk about the models for necessity and suggestions, right? Here we have our first exercise. Choose the best advice for someone who is going on vacation. Okay, so let's see. Number one. Tell me, Jennifer, number one.
Excuse me, teacher, no, is
No.
no, no visualizo.
You can see my screen. Okay, let me go back again and okay, let me share my screen
Okay.
again. Can you see it now?
Okay. Okay.
So number one here, which one? We have two options: don't have to or shouldn't.
You children got too many closets. You won't have room to bring back any gift.
Okay, you shouldn't pack too many clothes. You won't have room to bring back any gifts. Okay, so the correct answer is the one that Jennifer chose. Shouldn't. Why shouldn't? Because here the person is giving an advice. You shouldn't pack too many clothes. And as you can see, there is a consequence. If you pack too many clothes, you won't have room to bring back any gifts. If you choose here don't have to, it will make no sense because when you use don't have to, there normally isn't any consequence because it's optional. If something is optional, cannot have a consequence. Number two.
Okay.
So well done, Jennifer. Saoni, number two.
You must carry identification with you. It's the law. It's the law.
It's the law.
It's the law.
Is the law. So you must, okay, you must carry identification, your ID, identification with you. It's the law. Must. You can see that, remember that in our past class, we were talking about this, that we normally use must for the law. The law. Okay. Number three, Camila. Camila, okay, now yes.
Okay. You ought to buy money ball to carry you password, ATM card, and cash.
Okay. You ought to. Okay. Ought to here is the one to use because ought to is for an advice. And here we can read an advice. You ought to buy a money belt to carry your passport, ATM card, and cash. Is a recommendation, is an advice. Okay. Jennifer, number four.
Teacher, excuse me, the pronunciation the better.
You'd better.
You'd better. Okay, you'd better make hotel reservation in advance. It means by difficult to find a room after you get there. You get there.
You get there. Okay. So you'd better make hotel reservations in advance. Remember, this word is might. It might be difficult to find a room after you get there. It might be difficult to find a room after you get there. Number five, Saoni.
Okay.
You sure buy a room play ticket because it's cheaper.
It's cheaper.
It's cheaper.
Yes, you should buy a round trip plane ticket because it's cheaper. You should. A recommendation. Angela, welcome back, Angela. Number six.
Yes, good evening, everyone.
Yeah.
Number six is you need to check out of most hotels' rooms. Be known if you don't want to pay for another night.
Okay.
Need to.
Need to. Yes, need to. This here we have to use need to because this is not an advice. This is a necessity. Okay, a practical necessity. So you need to check out of most hotel rooms by. Remember, Angela, by, not be, by noon if you don't want to pay for another night. Okay. Joanny, do you have a question?
Yes, teacher. I want to know, please, what is the meaning of O2, please?
Of course. O2 and should. You know the meaning of should?
Yes.
Okay, so should and O2 mean exactly the same. They share the same meaning. The difference is that O2 is a formal expression, not very common in spoken English. And because Americans don't use it that frequently, sometimes it's strange. It sounds weird when we hear it for the first time. We normally find this expression in formal documents or maybe in the Bible and old books. You can read O2, but it's not common in spoken English. But it means the same thing as should.
So I can use should or ought to.
Yes.
I decided.
Yes, you make the decision. It's your choice. It's up to you.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Let's continue. Okay. So here we have circle the correct word or words to give advice to travelers. You ought to check the weather. Okay, that's the number one. Let's continue with number two. Saori, number two.
You should never leave cash in your hotel room.
Okay, you should never leave cash in your hotel room. There is something to remember here. As you can see, ought is a modal verb that uses the preposition to. I mentioned this in our last class. But should doesn't. Okay, so they share the same meaning, but the structures vary a little bit. So in the case of ought to, we use always the preposition to, ought to, always, ought to check, ought to travel. But in the case of should, we never use, or in the case of any other modal verb, we never use the preposition to. Okay, so you should leave cash in your hotel. Never leave cash in your hotel room. Okay, Jennifer, number three.
Number three, you need to take your credit card with you.
Okay, you need to take your credit card with you. In the case of need is a regular verb. But need, in order to change it into a modal verb, also needs to. Okay, need to. But not all the times that we use need to, or sorry, let me rephrase that. Not all the time that we use the verb need, we use the preposition to. Okay, when we use need to, it's because it's in its modal verb form. Because sometimes we can use only need. For instance, I need money. I need clothes. There, I'm only using the verb need as a regular verb expression or action. But when I use to, it's because I'm using need in its modal form. Need to take, need to run, need to. The same thing happens with have. Have to is a modal verb when it uses the to. But without the to, it's only an irregular verb. Okay, number 4. Angela?
Yes. Number 4 is you have to pay an high part tax.
Okay, you have to pay again to. Camila, number 5.
Okay. You sure let your family know where they can contact you.
Okay, you should let your family know where they can contact you. Giovanni, number 6.
You'd better not go out alone late at night.
You'd better not go out alone late at night. Muy bien. And number 7. Tell me, Camila, number 7. Camila, your microphone is off.
You must get a vacation if you go to some countries.
Okay, you must get a vaccination. Vaccination. Yeah, a vaccination if you go to some countries. Vaccination is vacunarte. Okay, we have vacation and vaccination. Okay, they're different. Okay, let's continue. Okay, I think that we have only 2 more exercises. Okay, so here we have check the most important item to have in each situation. Okay, so a vacation to a foreign country, the most important item is a passport, right? Number 2, a mountain climbing vacation. A mountain climbing vacation. What is the most important item? Tell me, Angela.
Hiking boots.
Yeah, hiking boots. Number 3, a sailing trip. What is the most important item? Tell me, Saoni.
A first aid kit.
First aid. First aid kit.
First aid
kit. Yeah, kit. First aid kit. Jennifer, number 4, a visit to a beach.
A swimsuit.
A swimsuit. Swimsuit. Okay.
Swimsuit.
A swimsuit. Yes. Okay. So give advice to these people. Use the words or phrases in the box and the items in part A. Use each word or phrase only once. Ought to, need to, should, had better. Well, in the case of had better, is already used. So we have to use ought to, need to, or should in the rest of the exercises. So Martina is going on a vacation to a foreign country. She'd better take a passport. Okay? We're answering using the same answers that we chose here. Number 2, Robin and Evan are going on a mountain climbing vacation. Tell me, Camila.
They should take hiking boots.
Okay, they should take hiking boots. Okay, let's continue. Kevin and Susie are planning a sailing trip. The option is a first aid kit. Tell me, Saoni.
They should take a first aid kit.
First aid kit. Okay.
First aid kit.
In this case, we can use ought to because Camila used should. So they ought to take a first aid kit. And Jennifer, the last one, a sailing trip. No, sorry, a visit to a beach. Eddie is going to visit a beach.
He needs to take a sweet suit or should take a sweet.
Okay. He needs to take a swimsuit. He needs to take a swimsuit. Okay. Swimsuit. Okay. Let's continue.
Yes.
Tell me, Joanny, do you have a question?
Yes, teacher.
Of course. Go ahead.
I want to know the meaning of had better.
Oh, okay. Okay. So, had better, the contraction normally is you'd better, is a way of giving an advice, but implying that if the person doesn't do what you are recommending, something bad is going to happen. For instance, if you say to your son, Joanny, you'd better clean your room, he knows that that is a recommendation, but that recommendation comes with a warning. If he doesn't clean his room, something is going to happen. So, should is a recommendation without a warning. But had better or you'd better, he'd, she'd better, or we'd better, whatever is the conjugation that we use, it always implies that there is a warning. You better drink more water. Okay? A warning. It comes with a warning. It's an advice, and it's also a warning. You better not drink alcohol.
So should is not with and warning.
No,
Should.
no,
You should go.
yeah, it's only
Okay.
an advice, a friendly advice. It's an advice that
Okay.
you can, for example, I, depending on the context, but normally if I am going to give you an advice, I would say something like, you should, Joanny, consider this. Joanny, you should go to the doctor, because in order for me to say you'd better, I need to have some kind of authority over you to tell you that if you don't do this, something bad is going to happen to you. Or maybe I have an authority because I am a doctor, right? And I tell you, Giovanni, you'd better start eating right. Because if you don't, you're going to get really, really sick. So in that context, where someone has knowledge about a future situation or some authority or his profession allows him to give those kinds of advices with warning, we use you'd better. Or in a family situation, as I said before. But the idea is that we use you'd better when we want to give an advice, but also a warning. Okay?
Okay, thank you, teacher.
Always. Okay, so the last exercise is this one. Rewrite these sentences. Find another way to say each sentence using the words given. Okay? So, I'm not going to go on vacation on my own. Angela?
I am not going to go
on vacation alone.
I'm not going to go on vacation alone. Well done. Saoni number 2. I don't want to travel with anyone.
I want to travel by myself.
Okay, I want to travel by myself. Yes. Number 3. You ought to travel with a friend, Giovanni.
You should travel with a friend.
You should travel with a friend. And the last one, Jennifer, it's necessary to get a vaccination.
Excuse me, teacher, repeat.
Number 4, it's necessary to get a vaccination using must. How would you say this using must?
Okay. You must get a vaccination. Vaccination.
Vaccination. You must get a vaccination. Okay.
Yes. You must get.
Okay. Well done, guys. So that's it. That will be all for tonight. So on Thursday, we're going to discuss unit number 6. Okay, so we're going to discuss two-part verbs, phrasal verbs, and we're going to discuss a simple structure known as would you mind? Would you mind? Okay, so if you don't have any more questions, this will be all for tonight. So you have no homework for Thursday. The only thing you need to do is to study, okay? To study the classes that we saw tonight and to keep studying. You know, we need to have that habit of studying because after the course is over, if you stop studying, you will forget everything you have learned. Everything, okay? So
We can watch a movie too, maybe.
yeah, if you're going to practice with that, yes, of course. Well, have a really good night, guys, and see you again on Thursday at 8 p.m. Goodbye, good night.
Good night, teacher.
Bye bye.